This session will be recorded. Just only this session, however, the networking part will not be recorded. The presentations will be shared following the event. We will also have a Q&A session at the end. And for the time being, we request that you mute your microphone and turn off your camera so it won't take up the bandwidth. Apart from today, every Wednesday we host some webinars. Today we are going to speak a bit on the funding and tenders portal and some tips and tricks on consortium building, and then the networking session will start. Next Wednesday, we will speak about some financial issues in Horizon Europe. The following week, we have an MSCA postdoctoral fellowship training. The week after, there are the R&I days, which we strongly suggest that you attend as well. It's another opportunity for you to network. And then for the last week of June, we're going to have another webinar on gender issues and equality plans. The agenda for today, we're going to have a funding and tenders portal demo. Then we're going to have some consortium building tips and tricks, our services as NCPs. Our colleague Annie, Cluster 2 NCP, is going to speak about the UK's association's position for Horizon Europe as well. And then obviously the last part that we're very excited about is the networking session, where we have quite a number of interested organizations in Horizon Europe that are going to speak about their organization. We will start with the demo. I provided you with the link here, so you can connect to it after we send out the presentations. And I will start sharing now the screen through my Google Chrome. Okay, so the first thing one does is that you type funding and tenders portal on Google or on your search engine, and then immediately you would click on the first one and end up into this page. So the EU Funding and Tenders portal, it's a wealth of resources. It has all the information you need. It will be found here, or you can always contact us for some information as well. And it's a portal for all EU programs, so not just Horizon Europe, but for all of them. And obviously today we're going to speak about how to access Horizon Europe. So you simply click on Horizon Europe if you would like to search any calls here. As we have explained previously in our webinars, we have the Horizon Europe split into 3 pillars, and they are listed here. Eventually, the calls will be launched on the Funding and Tenders portal in the coming weeks. However, for the time being, only a few areas are available. So we can click, for example, on the European Innovation Council if we're interested in that pillar. And obviously, all calls and opportunities under the European Innovation Council will come up here. We deselect the closed ones, so only open opportunities and forthcoming opportunities would show up. So as you can see, for example, the EIC Transition Open, the EU Prize for Women Innovators, European Capital of Innovation Awards. Okay, so they are all listed here for the time being. Obviously, in the coming weeks, many more topics will be published. So that is one way on how you can access directly Horizon Europe calls. Or else, if maybe you are not that familiar, so I went back here to this initial page, if you are not that familiar with the pillars, but you are interested, for example, in applying for opportunities under health, you can simply type the keyword here. So I just wrote health, and I'm going to view some opportunities related to health, for example. Then you obviously select the close, so only the open submission opportunities would come up. So that is how you do a basic search on the Funding and Tenders portal under Horizon Europe specifically. And obviously you can click on it and further details will come up. So the opening date, the deadline, the topic description, so you can see more. And obviously there's also this partner search facility. So this is another tool where you can find partners. As you can see, 64 organizations are looking for collaborating partners for this topic. So you can even click and see the details of these organizations And here on the Funding and Tenders portal, you can as well start submission. So you click on the Start Submission button to upload your proposal. So in that case, let's look at the 64 organizations that are interested in participating. You have the name, the request date, the organization type, the country, if they require expertise or they are requesting expertise, then you click on actions. You can contact this organization or even see further details on them. So here we have the pick. So basically, that is how you find a call, and that's another tool where you can find partners as well looking at that specific call. So now we are going back, and something very important one must know on the Funding and Tenders portal is to check if your organization is already registered. Sometimes we find cases where maybe someone who worked previously at the same organization had registered one time, and then you are wondering if your organization is already registered or you need to register it. You can check that on the Funding and Tenders portal. So obviously you go on, so we'll go back to the home page. So you can search on the Funding and Tenders portal, and then you can click on the participant register. So here, in fact, the portal will guide you again. So is your organization already registered? And you can search if your organization is already registered. Obviously, you type in the name of your organization and the country, and you will search. For example, let's write Università and Malta. So this is publicly available. You search for the organization and you select the validated one. And obviously you can contact this organization through the portal as well, or you can view their profile. So there you know that your organization is already registered and validated. Validated means that a number of documents were sent to the commission and it is now approved, and they can fully apply and participate in projects. If you are not registered, no problem at all. You can simply create an account like you're creating a normal account. So in that case, you go, I'm logged in, but if I log out, it's basically a normal registration process. So I'm just going to log out, and here we see the login button, the register button, sorry. So you simply register. It's quite simple. It's a normal registration procedure. Some other important features under the Funding and Tenders portal is the How to Participate button. So we have here key steps to how to participate, very simple. Then some reference documents as well. The partner search facility, you can find it here. You can see projects and results too. So previous projects and results, and you can filter out the program. As I told you previously, this portal, it has all the funding opportunities of the EU, so you have to select Horizon. And then here's a list of tools you can use to further research some other previously funded initiatives. And by researching that, you could know as well who the main key players are, and obviously connect with them. And you can do this through a number of ways. There's the Horizon dashboard, there's the Horizon project results, the Horizon results booster, innovation success stories, H2020 and the 57 projects. Personally, I like the Cordis one, but there are a lot of different ways and means to see what previously funded initiatives are available. So that's very important to notice under the Funding and Tenders portal. Then, apart for some other guidance and manuals here, you have the Work as an Expert button. This Work as an Expert button, it simply means that you can register as an expert, so as an individual, so you could be an evaluator and evaluate proposals. This is a very good opportunity for you so that you can see good quality proposals and maybe not so good quality proposals. So when in the future you'd like to apply, you would know what the evaluators are looking for. And you can do this simply by clicking register as an expert. So this is basically the funding and tenders portal. I hope that you actually use this and play around a bit with it. It's very simple once you get used to it. And that is the end of this demo. If you have any questions at the end, we will address them and we can definitely go back to this page. So now I leave the floor to my colleague, Mark, so he could show you some tips and tricks and some consortium building opportunities as well. Thank you.
So thank you, Samara, for your insightful demo. So my name is Mark Melak, and I'm a national contact for the digital industry and space. I'm switching on a little bit the camera so that I present myself. Hi, thank you very much for being with us today. And the most important part of this presentation today is not actually the presentation, but the networking activity following this intervention. So I switch it off. So obviously, one of the most important things to transform an idea into a project is the actual consortium. As you can see from the slide here, the consortium is an integral part of the process, because within the consortium, there's the coordinator and the other partners that they join forces together in order to submit a proposal. And if the proposal has been in a way evaluated successfully, then it will be prepared for an actual grant agreement, and finally the project has been has to be launched. So in a way, the consortium is an integral part of all the actual process. So there are two main roles that obviously you know about these already. You can either be a coordinator or else a partner, which can be either a work package leader or a task leader. Obviously the coordinator has more tasks at hand. He needs to come up with the actual proposal. He needs to find the partners, also, have to come up with the actual deliverables, budgets, and so on. So it's a more of a very high, I don't think task in a way, but in a way, then there's a much more reward. And if you're not going to participate as a partner, you can either be a work package leader or a task leader. Usually the partners are those that have a specific expertise that they can contribute to the actual project. I'm putting this here to make you aware that in order to proceed to the next step, you need to, at this stage, already identify your role. If you are a coordinator, obviously you need to work harder. So even you are looking more for entities that can provide a support to your challenge and support your proposal. Or else, if you are a partner, you want to place yourself as a partner, maybe because it's your first experience with Horizon Europe. Then in that case, you need to present that you have some form of expertise that can be a contributor to another project consortium which is forming. Having said that, we at Malta Council for Science and Technology offer the IPAS scheme, which is a scheme which is for the support of coordinators. If you are going to apply to an upcoming call in our program, make sure that as a coordinator, make sure that you also submit an application through IPAS, because through IPAS you can find or hire a service provider to support you in your proposal. Obviously, if you have an experienced proposal writer, here you can upstake your actual stakes of success. We have extended the deadline to 18th of June, so feel free to submit your application if you are only going to be a coordinator, meaning that you are going to put up a proposal and find also partners. Obviously, when you are looking at being a coordinator, you also need to consider your type of consortium. So obviously the key steps are all driven from the actual challenge that is written within the work program. So there is a call, let's say is a call related to security and law enforcement agencies. And obviously there's an element of cybersecurity. So obviously in your consortium, you have to have complementarity and interdisciplinarity, meaning that you have a representation that is coming from the law enforcement agency, maybe another entity which is more savvy in cybersecurity. There's also balance, which is very important in your consortium, meaning that it again, according to the challenge written there, you need to make sure that you have an appropriate balance, both geographically and even gender balance. Apart from having teams which are gender equal, you have also to have even gender dimension put into your actual research. And then ultimately, excellence is one of the most important things that you have, meaning that what you are going to propose in your proposal in vis-a-vis the consortium that has been formed have to be excellent and also state of the art. As the general rule, it's always has been like this, even in the previous program, at least 3 minimum partners from 3 different entities, so 3 different entities from 3 different member states or associated countries for research, innovation actions and innovation actions, and at least 1 member state in this case, and for a CSA, you can be 1 entity from a member state. But obviously this is the minimum because the budgets are ranging in millions. So if you see consortia that are formed, usually there are obviously reflecting the type of budget that is in place. So how do you start if, let's say, you want to be involved in a consortium, or as you want to set up a consortium? Start off with your personal networks. Obviously, through your life, you have worked already with different stakeholders that can be even your own friends, but obviously in research terms or in other business terms, you have already a built-up relationship. So in a way, if you approach your people, your entities that are in your close vicinity that you have already established some sort of relationship, you should consider this first. So this is something that is found to be very normal. Usually, even when I meet clients, they already have in mind someone that they could be approached, could be even a local stakeholder, could be even abroad. So please start off by considering your own networks. The partner search form facility. This is a very important document that we as NCPs ask a lot about it. Usually when we meet a client, the first thing that we ask is to prepare this 1-pager. In it, you put in your actual details, organizational details, your contacts, also your previous and past, or even present experiences and expertise in relation to projects, because obviously this document will be shared across other NCP networks. We are involved with other structures abroad. So when we receive a request for expertise from a local stakeholders, we do the same and send abroad local partners from abroad. So in a way, we can help you into finding partners abroad. So kindly, if you till now you didn't have time to prepare this, prepare it already. If you even from locally, prepare one, and we can share abroad accordingly to your challenge that you have underlined. Let's say you have are interested in a particular topic, you would like to know if there are other like-minded stakeholders would like to apply. Kindly prepare your partner search form and then leave it to us to disseminate abroad. There are also another way how to find partners. Events. The Commission is always organizing events. There are events that are related to thematic areas, like for example, Digital Assembly, the ICT Day. Unfortunately, nowadays, some events have took a totally digital format, but hope that we end up doing even physical events. The most important right now is the European Research Innovation Days that are upcoming this month. Make sure that you look into the program. There will be a lot of sessions which are related to clusters. So the sessions will be oriented according to the work programs as well. So make sure that you register. The program is online and also the registration is available. I have put also a link of the Commission approved events. It's always available and updated. So you can also plan what type of events you are going to attend. Why I'm telling you to go to events? Because obviously in events you will find like-minded researchers that are looking at the same challenges, and many events also allow a B2B matchmaking session, meaning that you have like a 15-minute session where you can meet different clients, and obviously and some other also events allow pitching as well are we going to do today, meaning that you go there, you present your idea, and once you do that, people or other entities show interest and obviously get involved with you. I am also putting these important cluster related events. These are all upcoming. Kindly register. I have put also the website here. Kindly register to these webinars. These will be all cluster oriented. So extra detail about the destinations, about the course, about the topics will be delivered. maybe also there will be an opportunity to meet even other members in the actual event. So make sure that you know about this. There are various dates. It's quite starts off at 28th of June and will end up in the 9th of June. Obviously, this is very in line with the actual publishing of the actual work program. So make sure that you know about these events as well. The NCP networks, some of which obviously these are NCP support structures which are there to support thematic NCPs. Some of them are now fading out, but one good thing about this that their website and portal are still available, meaning that their portals are full of information, especially most of them offer also a partner search tool. So you can go there. For example, I know about Cerema, that is under Cerem 4. You can find a lot of partners in their portal there. So these are obviously the list is not extensive, but if you would like to know which are the current and the upcoming networks that are supporting thematic NCPs, kindly come forward and we can discuss. Moreover, I'm putting here also here the cost action. The cost actions are very important actions which are like in a way an embryonic form of consortia, because cost actions are organized per thematic area. Let's say you are interested in artificial intelligence, and there are representatives from different countries that are in a way, they meet up to discuss this, this type of action. Obviously, having representation from different member states, in a way, it's already a form of consortium. And usually, cost actions turn up to evolve into an actual consortia, which actually then submit a proposal. So this is another a good means how to look into if to find partners which are in line with your own interests. Locally, we have also the plum tree. It's a portal where researchers in the Mediterranean region can put their interests. So obviously there, make sure that you know about plum tree. There will be also always, we are always updating it with our funding opportunities and any job related to actual research as well. Obviously, it's more focused on the Mediterranean region, but feel free also to put your interest there as well. And then you have a much larger scale access to other platforms, which is the Euro access here. In this case, yet again, it's like a larger portal which has a more dispersion, meaning that you can obviously find opportunities which are coming from whole Europe and even the world. And also another good portal is EAN. Obviously, this is quite famous already. It's full of interested partners that would like to participate in any project, and also a lot of SMEs that can provide some expertise that can obviously be very fitting to your consortium formation. Let's say you want an entity which is has expertise in cybersecurity, IoT, and AI. You can also ask there, or also look up profiles from there as well. I have put the link for your own perusal later as well. So in a nutshell, just to recap all what have been mentioned, so make sure that you start off with your personal networks, create a partner search form, and we can also support you in this, so kindly ask if you need, and we can also provide you with a template. Make sure that you know about networking events, because the majority of the cases, events have a networking part in it, and because obviously people will be following the event and you can exchange cards and contacts there. Make sure that you are aware of the any NCP structures that support NCPs per thematic area. Most of them have a partner search facility. Then obviously it was already mentioned as well, the Cordis website is the actual official portal which enlists all the projects that have been submitted under the framework program, So there you have the project details, and also the consortium members. Usually, generally, when someone has applied for a project in the past, he might reapply in the future. So there is nothing wrong in contacting that organization and putting your interest forward and ask them if, for example, they are considering to reapply for a topic that is already very close to what they have been working. Let's say there is a company which was coordinating a project in, let's say, artificial intelligence, or else augmented reality, and then you come forward because you would like to partner up with them. You can ask them, Isma, would you like to be part, I would like to be part of your project, if, for example, you are considering to reapply. There's the funding and tenders poll. This was already explained truly by my colleague Tamara. So there's even a partner search facility there. If, for example, you identify a challenge, you can upload your own personal partner search form there. Obviously, once you have logged in and registered. There's also the project repository, which is actually a collection of the projects in a more illustrative way. So it's more of a magazine, but yet again, there are the details of all the projects and also the partners. So the data is there available. And finally, we mentioned also important portals, which are the Plumtree, Euro Access, and also EL. So make sure that you visit them in order to look up for interested parties to join your consortium. So finally, just some words about us as being NCP. So obviously, we are here to make sure that you are aware about our representation of the actual program. So Horizon Europe now is upcoming, and obviously this webinar was focused on consortium building. In the past, we have already done a lot of webinars per cluster. So obviously we as NCPs are here to inform you, to spread awareness. We send mail shots. We have also our social media presence, which is quite very active lately. We are here to provide you customized support. So in a case you would like to get involved in finding partners, finding a call, kindly send us an email. We can meet up, discuss, and find the best route for your funding necessities, let's say that. And obviously we can provide even ad hoc events, meaning that if, for example, you're an entity that specializes, let's say, on transport, we can also visit you and maybe we do an info session, which is mostly dedicated on the transport calls. So in a way, this is us, all of us here, 6 of us, which are covering all the work program. We have no wrong door policy, so kindly get in touch with any one of us. We have our general email, which is horizon.malta.gov.mt, and we have also our website, mcst.gov.mt. Kindly register to our newsletter. So in a way, if you got involved in this event today through our social media, kindly know that we have an active newsletter which can be accessed through our MCST webpage. Kindly register there so that you will be also receiving emails from our end. Kindly register also to our Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn account. Obviously, we are always disseminating information then. And another thing which is very important is the YouTube channel, because on it, we upload a lot of webinars. Even this webinar today will be uploaded on the YouTube channel. So now we pass on to our colleague from UK. She would like to express UK's position in association. This is a question that has been coming up even in meetings, like how should we treat UK participants. So the best way to know about this is to hear it, especially from the actual NCP working in the UK. So hope the sound is better.
Hello everyone, and thank you very much for attending this networking event. I'm here to provide a very short talk on the UK participation to Horizon Europe and how we can get in touch with some potential UK partners. So just to start off with, the UK will associate to Horizon Europe, including Pillar 2 and most other parts of the program. The association means that UK entities will have the same rights to participate in projects as EU member states, and UK organizations can also lead projects. There may be work program level exclusions for across the countries, but only in kind of justifiable and exceptional cases. The UK entities are eligible to apply and take part in projects from the start, so you can already include UK entities in your projects. Also, Horizon 2020 had 16 associated countries, so you may be familiar with this concept already. Please email me at ccisncp@esrc.ufri.org, the email there on the slide, if you have any questions or if you'd like to get in touch with potential UK partners, I can facilitate that. I have also linked a European Commission Q&A on the UK's participation in Horizon Europe, which will provide a lot more information. And finally, I would like to invite you all to a UK Horizon Europe Consortia Building series starting on the 14th of June. This is open internationally, so you are all more than welcome to register. Thank you very much, and I wish you a good rest of the event. Thank you.
So just to, because I got the message that the video wasn't that clear. Sorry about this, but these are things that we cannot sometimes control. So in a way, kindly consider the UK participants and even entities that they are like in a way like full members, because obviously once they are associated, they can also participate in the calls of Horizon Europe, and they can also participate as coordinators. So do not treat UK participants differently, because once they are associated, they are like considered as full members in a way. But obviously, we need to await some once the agreements are actually finalized. So anyway, there should be no issues when having UK members on board as well. So okay, next part. So I have also listed the information here. So if you would like further information on their position, there is also a Q&A, which is actually describing UK's participation in the program. And also they have also an important event, which is about consortium building. So now that we have cleared UK's position, in this case, there's also a consortium building, meaning that you can also partner up with entities that are from the UK. So that's it from my end. And so obviously now we can allow some time for any questions, and then afterwards we can proceed to the actual networking part. Thank you very much for your listening.
I cannot see any questions in the chat.
Let's wait.
So maybe we'll wait a minute, and
then I think we can proceed to the actual interesting part now. More interesting part, other than our voices.